I don't want my picture taken.
Why not?
I'm too old.
What?
I wasn't going to mention this because I didn't want to scare you away, but I'm a lot older than you are.
We've been together 5 years. If you haven't scared me away after all this time, I think you're stuck with me.
Even though I look old enough to be your grandfather?
You look nothing like my grandfather.
Oh, good.
And you only look old from the neck up.
I know that didn't sound like a compliment, but I'm going to take it as one.
It was meant to be a compliment, however it sounded.
Thank you.
I can't believe that after 5 years, you still won't tell me your age.
Stars are ageless, aren't they? That's what makes one a star.
Whatever you say, Miss Desmond.
I know age shouldn't matter, but it does. To me, anyway. It's one of my insecurities.
I have a few of those myself, so I'll let it slide.
Besides, you don't need a photograph of us. You already have one.
What are you talking about?
Somebody photographed us at Julie's wedding, and they sent it to you. Zachary, it's on your phone.
I don't want a candid shot with drunken partiers in the background. We have plenty of those. I want to go to a professional photographer and have it done right.
No, that sounds like torture.
This is important to me.
Why do you want us to pose for a picture?
It's hard for me to explain in words. That's why I brought you here.
Uh-oh. What am I in for?
Stop being closed-minded, or I'll start believing that you really are an old man.
Sorry.
Let's look at the exhibit. It's in this next room.
Where did you hear about this exhibit?
There's nobody else here. You don't have to use your museum voice.
You're right. Where did you hear about this exhibit?
The Smithsonian Magazine.
The Smithsonian collected these?
No, a gay couple collected them. Became kind of a hobby for them. They eventually published over 300 of the photos in a book called Loving.
300?
Yeah, all photos of gay male couples. Some of them dating back to the 1880s.
How many photos did they collect in total?
2,800.
Wow. How long did it take them to find all those pictures?
Over 20 years.
Well, that's dedication for you. Or obsession, but a good kind of obsession.
You like them?
I do.
Oh, good.
It must have been risky in those days, having your love for another man documented.
But look at them. They don't care about the risk. They care about each other.
The picture on this wall, the two black men, it says 1951. Posing for that took some courage back then.
They're soldiers. One assumes they had lots of courage.
The image raises so many questions. Were one or both of them killed in the service? Did they survive the Korean War? What happened to them?
We'll never know. The one behind you, they look sweet, as though they were surprised to have found love.
Sometimes it is a surprise.
I brought you here so that you could see for yourself why I want our picture taken.
Even though I'm almost elderly,
Is that how you really feel?
when I'm with you, I don't feel old at all.
Well then, stick with me, kid. I'll make you feel young forever.
I think you could, too.
Try me.
Well, I have. What about that one? That car. It looks ancient.
Oh, did your family have one just like you when you were a kid? Or had cars not been invented?
Ha, ha. I'm not that old, and you know it.
I know, but it's fun to tease you.
What do you think their story is?
Those two? Well, they're in love, obviously, but maybe there's more to it than meets the eye. Maybe they're criminals on the lam from the law.
Bank robbers? Nah, they look too sweet for that. I think they're running away from their parents, who want them to marry women and breed.
I hope they lived happily ever after.
Looking at them makes me think that's possible.
It does, doesn't it? Though we'll never know for sure.
The photograph does prove one thing, however.
What's that?
A white t-shirt will never go out of style.
Amen.
What about those two with the sunglasses?
Spies, international spies, grabbing a stolen moment before they go undercover behind enemy lines. I like that photo over there. The way he's sitting on his boyfriend's lap.
And the way the boyfriend is looking at him.
Imagining what the men in these photos had to deal with in terms of hatred and discrimination makes me appreciate the progress we've made.
With more progress still to come.
And if we pose for a photograph, then someday people will see it. Maybe not in a gallery or a book, but wherever they see it, they'll know that we loved each other.
What difference will that make?
Daniel, these pictures, they're evidence.
Evidence?
That people like us have always been here.
People like us will always be here.
Exactly. And a picture of you and me will be part of an ongoing timeline of, what am I trying to say?
A timeline of love?
No, that sounds like a cheesy reality show.
A photographic history of male couples.
Yes. And I want us to be part of that history.
Even though we won't be around?
Because we won't be around. So that in the future, gay couples will look at our photo and wonder what we were like. Make up stories about us. Wonder if we were bank robbers.
We don't look anything like bank robbers or international spies.
But we do love each other. I think people will see that in our photograph.
The more I look at these men, the more they remind me of us.
Now do you understand?
"62.
What?
My age.
I know.
What? How?
I sneaked a peek at your driver's license while you were in the shower.
When?
The first time you stayed over at my place.
Whore? So you've known all this time?
Yes, and it never mattered to me.
I guess we'll have to find a photographer.
You'll pose with me.
Yes, but I will not dress up in cowboy clothes.
No, of course not.
No turn-of-the-century bordello duds?
No costumes.
Promise?
Promise. Just us in our good clothes, looking handsome and in love.
Though, let me pick out your tie.
Okay.